In a Shade Room exclusive, the family of Christian Obumseli claims that he was stabbed to death in an unprovoked attack by his girlfriend, OnlyFans star Courtney Tailor.
There's nothing that I would want to say to her.
We're exploring accusations of the couple's explosive relationship and what may have happened in the days leading to Obumseli's death. Was it a grisly murder or justified self-defense? I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates. 27-year-old Christian Obumseli, who's affectionately known by his family as Toby, and 25-year-old Courtney Tailor, whose real name is Courtney Clenny, they had a relationship that friends say was toxic and abusive. One friend even saying that it was Clenny that was the violent one in their relationship. But now Clenny's attorney is painting a different picture, saying that when she stabbed Obumseli at an apartment in early April, it was self-defense.
Because this doesn't only affect him, but it affects everybody.
Jessica Wabuko says that her cousin's death has devastated her family.
Like, you never really cherish those moments until the person is gone. It breaks my heart that he didn't even make it from a senseless murder.
What do you know about the relationship between Courtney and Christian?
I spoke to one of his friends, and his friends were saying that they do have a history of domestic violence, but he never put his hands on her. He was never the starter of their arguments, that she is a very toxic person, and I believe it.
Sunday, April 3rd, 2021, just before 5 p.m., Miami police say that Christian Obumseli suffered an apparent knife wound and later died after he and a, quote, female had been involved in a physical altercation. That female was, quote, located on scene and interviewed by detectives, yet she was not named in the initial reports. But in a video obtained by TMZ, a woman who appears to be Courtney Clenny is sitting on the apartment floor covered in blood after police were called to that scene. Courtney allegedly told investigators that Christian gained access to her apartment without permission, even though her friends say the couple shared that apartment. She was never arrested. Instead, she was taken in for mental treatment under Florida's Baker's Act, which allows police officers to send people to a mental health treatment center for up to 72 hours. By Friday, April 8th, the story had created a social media frenzy. Clenny was reportedly caught on camera at a bar with her father at Miami's Grand Beach Hotel by a hotel guest.
I'll videotape her. Right now, you should go. Yeah, you should go. Because you just killed your boyfriend. Yeah, you did. Yeah.
The guest that was recording tagged Miami police on Instagram and wrote, quote, "Does this look like a mentally unstable person to you, as she claims?" At a press conference, the Obumseli family, with their attorney, expressing their grief.
We finally told our 93-year-old grandmother that her grandson, who was expected to come home to Texas to visit for his 28th birthday, will no longer or ever be returning home.
I do believe she is the killer, and she does need to be arrested.
Clenny, who boasts 2 million followers on Instagram, continued to generate content on her OnlyFans page up until April 4th, which was one day after Obumseli's death. It is unclear if the post was pre-scheduled. Like many domestic crimes involving interracial couples, the subject of race has become a part of the public's conversation about this case, with a past podcast interview from Clenny and an old social media post from Obumseli. Many people are questioning this entire situation.
You look like the type of girl that only dates like rich guys. Is that true?
No, that's not true. I only date black guys. Especially black guys. Especially black guys. Let me clarify, I only date rich black guys.
Rich black guys. There we go.
In a series of tweets from Christian, posted roughly 10 years ago, it spoke of his seeming disdain of black women and his preference for white women. One tweet read, quote, "Can't believe one of my friends thinks I talk to black girls when I don't." Another tweet quoting one of his friends who said, "Black girls are born knowing how to shake they expletive." Obumseli's response, quote, "Honestly, I don't care. They not my type."
There are tweets out there, Jessica, that suggest that Toby didn't like black women. What is your reaction? What is your response to these tweets?
He was 17 years old. He was a high school kid. And I'm pretty sure that everybody who was young was just saying senseless things and not thinking anything of it. I just think that his dating preference are white women. I'm just going to say that I never knew that he tweeted those things back then. But that doesn't, mean that he should die or be murdered.
On April 11th, Courtney's attorney, Frank Prieto, revealing a series of bombshell allegations in a statement to the press.
It was clearly a toxic relationship and had their ups and downs, and unfortunately it culminated with his death.
He went on further in a statement to CBS Miami that Christian was responsible for, quote, physical, emotional, and mental abuse against Courtney. He said that, quote, Courtney acted in self-defense and the investigation will conclude such. According to TMZ, the attorney also suggested Courtney may be a victim of human trafficking. It's something that Obumseli's high school football teammate, Brooklyn Sanders, does not believe.
He was a peaceful guy. He wasn't violent at all. Out of all people, not Toby, not Christian, you know.
If you were to say something to Courtney right now, what would you tell her?
I just want to tell her, think about what you've caused to our family. Think about what you've caused to the Nigerian society. I honestly I can't even say anything to her. I wouldn't want to, because God will handle her. God will handle her.
Charges against Clenny still have not been filed, and Miami police tells the Shade Room they have no new information to give out. But we did file a records request with the city of Miami in an effort to figure out how many times police have been called for domestic disturbances at that couple's address. We're still waiting to hear back. Christian Toby Obumseli, he would have been celebrating a birthday April 12, 2022. He would have been 28 years old. For TSR Investigates, I'm Justin Carter. Hello roommates, and thank you for watching our YouTube channel. Do you want more TSR Investigates? Be sure to subscribe and check us out at theshaderoom.com.